I'm Guthrie Jenkins, and today we compare two guitar effects processors, each costing a whopping $30. That's right, $30. Basically, I'll be using both as a direct box, going directly into the Reaper digital audio workstation. We will compare them both, clean and dirty, but we'll do it with some actual music so we can hear it in the track. If you do any home recording, you know that what sounds good in solo may be a steaming pile of crap in a track. Often, we want bass when we hear a guitar in solo, but when we put it in the track, we have to roll off so much of that bass. And that's really important when it comes to recording guitar. Today, we are going to be comparing the POCK ROCK, which is a Chinese processor, with the RUDE MOUSE, which is also a Chinese processor. And you know what? I think you are going to be surprised. We start with the most dirty setting, under the drive setting, which is the furthest to the right. It is called MT. And I have no idea what this possibly stands for. But the POCK ROCK is so simple because clean is to the left and it gets more dirty as you turn the drive section to the right. But what's great about the POCK ROCK is that it clicks into the different settings, and each setting is so different, but so usable. Here goes. And next, we have one setting to the left, which is labeled FZ, which I think stands for fuzz. Now, I have to tell you, this sound didn't inspire me, so I didn't do as well on my take, but this isn't for Spotify or anything, so, this is just what came out. Don't listen to my playing, listen to the sound of the fuzz tone. So the next thing I did was turn the drive knob all the way to the left on the clean setting. I think you're going to be impressed. No EQ. Listen to how good these chords sound. They're not doubled. I didn't even roll off the low end. Nothing. This is straight out of the POCK ROCK. So here we just heard 3 settings of the POCK ROCK, and all I did was turn the drive knob from the most right to one to the left to all the way to the left. This happens to be my go-to direct box when I do all of my recording. I happen to love this, but it goes through batteries relatively quickly, and it seems like when I plug in the AC adapter, it has a little noise that I don't like in the recording process. So my only criticism of this is that it does go through batteries relatively quickly. But now, without further ado, the Rude Mouse. On the most clean setting. So I feel like I had to be fair to the Rude Mouse because the POCK ROCK had a little bit of chorusing built in to the clean sound. So I doubled the chords on the Rude Mouse, and I really did need to roll off the low end a little bit, and on the Schoeps Omni channel, I rolled off the low end at about 130 hertz. And that's really all I did. I didn't do anything else. But now we're going to see if the Rude Mouse lives up to its name with a very dirty sounding lead guitar track. Now, when I played that, I tried going to different parts of the neck, so I didn't really try to construct an amazing guitar solo. What I wanted to do was see how the Rude Mouse sounded at different parts of the guitar. And I have to tell you, I had to roll off the bass a little bit. And I'm looking at my Schoeps Omni channel, and I see I rolled the bass off at about 227 hertz. And I feel like the Rude Mouse needs a lot more processing than the POCK ROCK did. So I think what I'll do is I'll put some processing on it just to convince myself that with the proper processing, the Rude Mouse can still kick ass. So once I did the processing on the Rude Mouse, it actually sounded really good, but I did have to do a little bit of work. Whereas on the POCK ROCK, even if I did that amount of work, it would have been a little easier, I think. But there was a distinct sound that came from the Rude Mouse, which had a character that is very gritty and kind of useful. It's just that you have to work a little harder on the post-processing of it. So I guess my verdict is the POCK ROCK is easier to get a good sound right away. but the Rude Mouse will give you a character that is unique. And with that, this is Guthrie Jenkins wishing you all great recording.